The invisible hand that built empires. Have you ever wondered if everything you've been told about building a business is just wrong? Forget the meticulously crafted business plans and the relentless pursuit of market gaps. What if the true blueprints for an empire are etched in passion, forged in the fires of failure, and thrive on a hidden currency of patience? For decades, I've navigated the treacherous yet exhilarating waters of entrepreneurship, launching 19 companies and investing in nearly 80 more. And I've seen firsthand that the conventional wisdom often leads to the conventional, unremarkable outcome. I'm here to expose the surprising truths, the counterintuitive strategies, and the almost secretive mindset shifts that unlock genuine, lasting success. If you can commit just a few minutes to unraveling these insights, I promise you a transformation that transcends mere profit, reshaping your entire perspective on freedom and fulfillment. The genesis of greatness: passion over profit. Most gurus preach that a business begins with a groundbreaking idea or by meticulously filling a market void. But that's where they miss the plot entirely. The real genesis of a successful venture isn't a clever concept. It's a profound, almost obsessive feeling. It's an instinct that screams for change, a deep-seated passion that compels you to learn, to build, and to create something you genuinely love. Take my agency, Fluid, for instance. When I launched it, the market was already saturated with 500 similar businesses across Asia. I didn't arrive with a unique idea. My competitive edge wasn't novelty. It was an insatiable love for marketing. I was consumed by it, constantly pushing boundaries, experimenting with cutting-edge techniques like email marketing and direct mail when others were still clinging to the past. It wasn't work. It was my hobby, my obsession. This relentless pursuit of what I loved, this refusal to see a boundary between life and business, allowed Fluid to become one of the largest agencies in Asia, eventually selling to a major accounting giant for a sum that redefined my financial future. The school system, in its misguided wisdom, teaches us to shore up our weaknesses. I tell you to double down on your strengths, to become so profoundly good at what you love that it borders on obsession. That, my friends, is where the true business idea, the one that differentiates you in a crowded world, truly begins. Beyond the idea, the power of collaborative execution. Now, once that deep-seated passion ignites an idea, the next step isn't to perfect it in isolation. It's about raw, unadulterated execution, often with a crucial yet overlooked element: collaboration. The myth of the lone genius toiling away in a garage until a perfect product emerges is just that, a myth. When I launched Fluid, my love for marketing was undeniable, but I recognized a gap in my own capabilities. I wasn't a visual artist, a master of presentation, so I sought out someone who was, a brilliant partner who could translate my marketing concepts into stunning graphic illustrations and compelling presentations. We formed a 50-50 partnership, and that synergy was the immediate springboard for what became one of Asia's most successful ventures. The key isn't to force yourself into a mold, trying to be everything to everyone. It's about understanding your passion, identifying any missing pieces in your ability to bring it to life, and then fearlessly finding a collaborator who fills that void. If you love to write, write that book, but then find an agent, a publisher, someone who can amplify your words. The idea phase isn't about solitary perfection. It's about strategically building the team that brings your beloved concept to vigorous life. The unconventional revenue quest. Experimentation is king. Here's another sacrosanct business rule often preached, then broken by the truly successful. The immediate, rigid revenue model. While some believe revenue should be a fixed part of the initial idea, I argue for a more fluid, experimental approach. Consider the photographer who limits themselves to hourly rates. They're boxing themselves in before they even begin. What if they instead focused on capturing images they adored, uploading them online, and then seeing if people would buy prints, license them, or even commission unique pieces? The point is, don't shackle yourself to a single preconceived revenue stream. When Fluid launched, most marketing consultancies charge by the hour. We flipped the script entirely. We charged based on outcome, a percentage of our clients' increased sales. This wasn't typical, but it gave us the agility of a boxer in the ring, constantly probing, testing, and adapting to find the most effective punch combination for sustained success. As the old saying goes, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. In business, that punch often comes from a rigid, unyielding revenue model. Stay nimble, experiment relentlessly, and let the market show you the most lucrative path. Purpose-driven empires, the magnetic force of why. While passion fuels your personal drive, for a business to truly flourish in the modern age, it needs something far grander, an undeniable, unwavering purpose. If your venture is solely about profit, you'll constantly battle against employees demanding more pay and clients demanding lower prices. It becomes a relentless, exhausting tug of war. But when your business embodies a purpose bigger than itself, a mission that genuinely makes a difference in the world, everything changes. Suddenly, you're not managing people. You're managing a shared vision. Your team isn't just showing up for a paycheck. They're showing up to contribute to something meaningful. Customers aren't just buying a product or service. They're aligning with a cause. This magnetic force transforms your company into a collective, passionate entity. Even if your grand idea, like building a million-pound app, seems financially out of reach, start with a service-based model that generates revenue to get you there. Think about Airbnb. Before they became the global accommodation giant, they were selling cereal boxes at conventions. Yes, cereal boxes. It was enough to connect with their audience, to understand their needs, and to fund their initial steps. This wasn't just about making money. It was about connecting, learning, and gathering the resources to fuel a much larger purpose. Embrace a purpose that transcends the balance sheet and watch your business become a magnet for talent, loyalty, and unwavering support. The counterintuitive art of winning, delayed gratification, and hacking luck. So, you've got a business fueled by passion and purpose. Now, how do you truly win? It's far simpler, yet far more challenging than most imagine. The ultimate secret lies in two intertwined concepts: delayed gratification and hacking luck. Most people are in a desperate rush to monetize, to see immediate returns. This is precisely why they falter. My first client at Fluid, I did the work for free. Sounds insane, right? But that free service forged a deep, unbreakable relationship. They not only stayed with me for the entire 16 years I ran that company, but they also became my most fervent advocates, recommending me to everyone they knew. They felt invested in my journey, a testament to the power of delaying that immediate payoff. Look at titans like Facebook and Instagram. For years, they focused relentlessly on building massive user bases, on providing immense value without a single thought to monetization. They waited, patiently cultivating loyal communities, sometimes for a decade, before introducing ads. The moment they shifted their focus to advertisers, their user experience and arguably their brand perception began to decline. This isn't just about waiting. It's about embedding a client-centric culture where value trumps extraction. Amazon, despite its scale, exemplifies this commitment to the customer experience. Now, about luck. Most see it as a random roll of the dice. I see it as hackable. There are 3 ways to engineer your own fortune. First, persistence. You simply have to outlast everyone else. My competitors in Hong Kong eventually shut down, not because I was inherently smarter, but because my passion for marketing outlived their fleeting interest. Second, know your destination. Define what success truly looks like for you. Is it a sprawling empire or the freedom to pick up your child from school every day? My success today is having the time to drop off and pick up my son, to prioritize my exercise. That clarity dictates my business decisions, like never selling my hours. Finally, learn to take risks. Forget the tired cliché, the harder you work, the luckier you get. If that were true, every nurse in the world would be a millionaire. No, success comes from embracing fear, leaning into discomfort, and taking calculated risks. The more risks you take, the more lucky you become. Cultivate a long-term vision, hack your luck, and accept that losing everything is not the end, but merely an opportunity to begin again. This relentless marathon, not a sprint, is how you truly win.
Embracing the fall, the champion's secret weapon. It might sound strange, but one of the most critical lessons I've learned, and one that far too many entrepreneurs fail to grasp, is how to lose. Our educational system, with its relentless focus on A's and perfect scores, has tragically conditioned us to fear failure. But in the real world of business, true success is often built on the very foundation of bouncing back from colossal losses. I guarantee you, if I hadn't lost £1 million on a comic book venture, I wouldn't be where I am today. I needed to experience that gut-wrenching defeat to learn resilience, to understand the true cost of missteps, and to forge an unshakable spirit. So, how do you cultivate this essential ability to lose gracefully? First, don't let things own you. If your possessions, your image, or your perceived status dictate your actions, you become a slave to external validation. Learn to detach, to lose those things, and to not care. Second, let your short-term ego go. This is the ego that craves the flashy car, the expensive watch, the outward display of success for people who, frankly, don't care about you. Embrace being underestimated. Let your competitors, even your customers, think you're a nobody. Because when you then over-deliver, it's a brilliant, unexpected triumph. Learn to be a D student in the eyes of the world, for it is often the D students who go on to employ the A students. Those who relentlessly pursue perfection are often too terrified to fail, too afraid to take the risks that lead to true breakthroughs. Stop worrying about appearances. Learn to love losing, to embrace the temporary setback, and to trust that even if you lose it all, you have the inherent ability to rise again, stronger and wiser. The Nimble Navigator. Mind mapping over business plans. Now for a practical tool that has revolutionized my approach to every venture, the mind map. Forget everything you've heard about rigid business plans. Those templated, often overcomplicated documents are designed to be sold, not to foster true innovation. I've seen countless companies, shackled by their meticulously crafted business plans, stick to a failing strategy right into oblivion. A mind map, however, costs you nothing but imagination, and it provides unparalleled nimbleness, allowing you to explore infinite possibilities for your business. It's deceptively simple. Start in the center with your core hobby, what you truly love to do. From there, branch out to the business itself, linking it directly to that passion. Let's use my current venture, Free Humanity, now helpbank.com, as an example. When I started 4 years ago, my central hobby was empowering people to achieve freedom through business. From that core, I envisioned various avenues. My first branch was podcast. What came off that? A powerful network. I realized interviewing hundreds of successful entrepreneurs would connect me to invaluable minds, forming a personal advisory board. Another branch was brands, as I saw potential for partnerships with companies like GoDaddy or Adobe, aligning with my mission to help people start businesses. I also envisioned an app, though I quickly realized a web-based platform was superior to avoid App Store restrictions. This app would offer free help, connecting the network I was building through the podcast to accessible knowledge for others. Another crucial branch was team. I knew I needed an editor for the podcast and an accountant to handle the tasks I disliked. But beyond employees, I saw partners emerging from my network, individuals who shared my mission, even if they weren't on my payroll. This organic, interconnected web of ideas, unburdened by rigid projections, allows for constant evolution and adaptation. There's no limit to how large or detailed your mind map can become, just like your brain's infinite capacity for thought. It keeps you agile, free, and constantly exploring the true potential of your vision. Conclusion: your blueprint for unconventional triumph. So there you have it, a blueprint for building an empire not by following the crowds, but by blazing your own trail. We've peeled back the layers of conventional wisdom, revealing that true success isn't found in rigid plans or chasing every market trend. It's born from a deep-seated passion, nurtured by fearless collaboration and sustained by the courage to experiment with revenue. It's about building a business and a life around a purpose so profound that it compels loyalty and inspires devotion. Remember, the greatest triumphs often stem from the most counterintuitive strategies, delayed gratification as a path to immense wealth, and the deliberate act of hacking luck through persistence, clarity of purpose, and a bold embrace of risk. And perhaps most importantly, it's about understanding that losing is not the end, but a vital, often painful stepping stone to ultimate victory. Shed the fear of failure, drop the short-term ego, and learn to view setbacks as indispensable lessons. Finally, ditch the suffocating business plan for the boundless freedom of a mind map, allowing your vision to expand organically, unconstrained by artificial limitations. This isn't just about starting a business, it's about designing a life where you are truly free, working for yourself and controlling your own destiny, the very thing the traditional education system often seems designed to prevent. Are you ready to stop chasing fleeting trends and start building something